Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video, and a lot earlier than normal, but they started the meta quickly. We're going to be taking a look at the free-to-play NARBERAL Gamma in her own showcase. We've already seen a lot of videos where she's been used a lot on the Overlord team, so we won't spend too much time on that, but we're going to probably try and make her work a little bit better on off Overlord teams. So she does have her own free gear, which is nice. She is, yet again, another goddamn light unit, because they just cannot go 1 month without giving us a light unit. Like, it is physically impossible for them. It causes them actual pain to not drop a light character in a meta. But she is defense growth, so she does have higher defense stats. She will tank a little bit better, and she's not meant to be a damage dealer because she is purely orb support. So looking at it, she's an AoE light magic attack, lowers target's guard power, cool, whatever. Her first skill is rather limited, only changes Stern of Spirit characters' orbs into greens. Now this is a versatile skill and a not great skill at the same time, because if you're putting her on a team that has no Stern of Spirit characters besides herself, it becomes highly limited, because you have to have her orbs or you're not changing anything with the skill. But if you are on a team that has a number of Stern of Spirit characters, this could be a blue orb change, it could be an orange orb change, or it could be a special convert, depending on how it plays out. You could change any 2 orbs into greens, but they have to be on Stern of Spirit. Like, they have to be on that category for that to actually work. And then her second skill is a typical blue to green orb change, so she is purely orb changing support, just like the free-to-play Triad is purely orb changing support. But I would argue that Triad is much better because you can put her on any team, and you don't have to worry about her converts, because it's her orbs that get changed. So Valor trait does not matter. Her actual trait gives her extra guard rate, cool, whatever. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, first off, putting her on the Overlord team, Nabe, Dark Milim for the other convert, and the alt buff and the attack buff for Ainz. The new Shizu because she's good, Shizuka because she's good, and Ainz for the pure damage nuking potential with Rimuru Protector. First off, we're going to show what happens when you are not on a Stern of Spirit team, and what happens when you are on a Stern of Spirit team. Okay, so if you're still confused on how Nabe's first limited skill goes, this is a perfect example. Let's forget that she has the 2 blue orb change already in her kit, but we have this 4 greens and 2 blues. Milim is not on Stern of Spirit, so if we were to use this skill, which only converts Stern of Spirit orbs, it would hit Nabe, because she is on the category, but it would leave the blue orb here, so we go ahead and use that, and boom, Milim is not on the category, her orb doesn't get changed. Alright, and on the opposite side, we've now flipped the rotation, so now the 2 orbs are Albedo, or not Shizu, but Shizu and Nabe. So now, if we were to use this skill again, because Shizu is also on Stern of Spirit, that will activate this orb change, so we could use this, and while it didn't convert Milim's orb, it does convert Shizu's orb, which allows us to be able to be versatile. And if there were 2 oranges and they were both, Stern of Spirit, then we would change those. But, I mean, it can be limited because it's only 1 team that she does it for, which is kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, it does make her very useful if you surround her with a bunch of other Stern of Spirit characters like we have here. We've got Ainz, we've got Nabe, and we've got Shizu. So more than half the team is Stern of Spirit, more than half the team is not. So right here, what we can do is we can do a few things, technically. So, we have 2 blues and 2 oranges. We have 2 Shizuka orbs. Shizuka is not on Stern of Spirit, but if we were to bring her in for Shizuka, boom, now it's a full hand of Stern of Spirit characters. So, we could use the blue orb change here and take care of these blues. And now, we could reset with Rimuru, and we'll do this as well. But they don't have to be blues. They could be oranges, right? As long as they are Stern of Spirit orbs, they will get converted to greens. So the first hand, we changed 2 blues. Here, we're going to change 2 oranges, because as long as you're on the team, it doesn't matter what color you are. You're going to go to green. So boom, there you go. That's the versatility of having Nabe surrounded by Stern of Spirit versus having Nabe and no Stern of Spirit, because that orb change would have literally done nothing if those 2 characters were not on Stern of Spirit. It would have been a waste of a skill. Here, kind of get a little bit unfortunate, but we can make it work still. So we'll do the blue orb change, boom, and then we'll use the Despair again. We'll reset everything, and then because we have Dark Milim on the team, we can actually convert that last orange. But again, everyone up front is Stern of Spirit, so it doesn't matter what we do. Orb change, it'll hit 2 of them. Awesome. We'll bring Dark Milim in, and then we can change that last orange, which is why it's nice to have multiple orb changers on a team to make it run efficiently. It is unfortunate that I brought Shizuka in that turn because she got sealed, but it's okay. We'll worry about it later. But boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have an Ainz alt, we have an Albedo alt. That's awesome, because no, those are 2 orbs that are guaranteed to be greens, which means our orb changing is cut down to only 4 orbs, which we can generally handle. Yeah, we can certainly handle that right here. So, let's do a stack right here. Cool. Let's use the alt swap ability, and then we will reset, and then we'll use the live mode again, and then we'll bring Nabe in for Shizuka, and then reset those skills, and then we'll be able to change this convert right here, which will work out very, very well. Actually, do I want to do that? I do want to do that. No, actually, we can do this. Because we gotta leave Shizuka up front so she doesn't get sealed again. Oh wait, no, she does get sealed this turn. Never mind. She goes away. Goodbye. Alright, Nabe, and then we will use the convert. So now we're going to change 1 orange and 1 blue. And again, because we are on Stern of Spirit, it doesn't matter as long as you're part of that team. And boom. So now we've shown that you can change 2 blues, you can change 2 oranges, and you can change one of each into greens, which is good on paper. In practice, it becomes a little bit more difficult if you don't have any characters with her that gives her the ability to do it. Otherwise, you've got a character that can do 1 orb change, and you're better off bringing somebody else. You're better off bringing Isis then, if the only reason you have here is for a blue orb change. Okay. But, you know, there we go. So we can use it again. So, swap Despair, and then we'll reset the skills. Yeah, we'll use it again anyways. It's fine. So now we can bring Shizuka in, and we'll use her live mode. We'll reset her live mode skill instead. And then after this, she will be unsealed, and we get some of that weakness strike buff as well. So, I mean, this is working out fairly well. It's been a pretty smooth sailing so far. And now we've got double EX alts here. We could nuke next turn for all I care. That's like, we're going to have plenty of damage to do such a thing. So we might as well just do it. So on turn 6. 2 turns early. Alright. And now oh no, she's sealed now. Oh. Never mind, we're not nuking this turn. What am I doing? What am I doing? I know how to play this game, right? I am a genius. I am a genius. Alright. So we'll reset. Boom. I'll just cut to the nuke turn, actually. Alright. On turn 8. Now we're ready to nuke. Now we're unsealed. Now it's fine. But Nabe has been carrying us the entire way, because she's been orb changing pretty much every turn. And because there's 3 Overlord characters, we were able to make full use of her capabilities in a very good way. So, let's send Shizu's ult, actually. I don't know the last time I actually watched Shizu's ult, because it's a good-looking ult. I think it should kill, but we'll find out. Anyways, Nabe. Pretty good on specific teams, which you could say about a lot of free-to-play characters. Diablo is a really good character on a New Year's team. He's absolutely terrible off of a New Year's team, which I'm not sure is the best way to make free-to-play units. Alright, Shizu killed. Awesome. Let's try it out with not an Overlord team, but still with some Stern of Spirit characters. So, looking at the Stern of Spirit team that Nabe is orb changing for, options are limited. Not because of the roster of units, because there's actually quite a few units on this team. It's just the quality and how these units are wanting to function. So, like, the Overlord characters, yes, they're meant to be on a run. They're meant to be run on a green team, but like, Rain is a magic character. She has the green buff. Awesome, she can be used. But then Hinata and Albus, they're blue teams. This Hinata is an orange team. This Yom is defensive oriented. This Shinsha is physical and technically orange. A blue team, an old blue team, an old green team, I guess, and then orange, and then you're all trash. So, you could slam a bunch of Stern of Spirit characters onto a team, certainly. It's just that, would it actually be a good team? So I'm trying to build a team for Tempered Edge, and we're maybe gonna run with this, with Leon as our DPS and Space Raphael as our backup AoE. Nabe, both Nabe, Leon, and Raphael are on Stern of Spirit, and then these two are just here for their debuffs, honestly. And then Guy is doing 3 and 3 orb change into 6 greens, putting an AoE debuff on, giving us alt gauge. So it's like, this team can work, and we don't need Nabe's orb changing if we have Guy, but it would still be useful. So let me put the gear on and let's just try it out, I guess. Alright, everyone's geared up. We actually have a good turn 1 right here, where we can change both these orbs once we take Shizu out for Raphael. So we'll do that, and then we'll bring in Leon for the hero. No, actually, we'll leave Leon out. We want to make sure that we get Raphael's EX ult for funsies, because we're going to get 6 greens next turn. We're going to get 35% alt gauge from Guy, so this will work out fairly well. So the hero doesn't have... She has 1 green orb, so it doesn't matter, but we'll use the orb change right here. Boom. Hits those. We're going to be binded in, but that's fine. I have hiccups now, apparently. Okay. I also can't click buttons in the right order. And then we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Raphael, obviously a defensive-oriented unit, and he'll definitely keep us alive here. But not a damage-dealing character. So once we get unbinded in 2 turns, we'll bring Leon in, and we'll use both of the power of their EX or their AoE ults and try and lower them down. Here, unfortunate, but we still can make it work because we have Nabe here, so we have 4 blues, but now we have 2 blues. And we're going to get gauge from Guy along with his orb change into 6 greens. We don't have anybody buffing the greens. We could have brought EX Rain as another Stern of Spirit character who would also have the green buff, but she's a water character. I didn't want to bring her into a stage with a bunch of predominantly wind units, so I didn't really think that was a good use of her. But we can certainly put some Vengeance on and guard, so we take less damage in these couple of turns. So there is viability here. It's just kind of a little wonky, but if this is what you have because you managed to pull Raphael off of the Overlord banner, or you got Albedo and Shizu early, and then you went to Pity to get Raphael, then this is certainly a team that you may be able to run. Maybe not the hero and Shizu, but certainly other things, right? Okay, we got the Nabe ult. I'm just gonna go ahead and send the Nabe orbs. We're gonna hold on to the Raphael ult, and then we'll swap it out next turn. And then we'll be unbinded as well. So actually, you know what? We'll watch Nabe's ult, because we don't ever see it. And it does look good. All the Overlord characters' animations look good, at least. Unfortunately, only a few of them are actually useful good, but it is what it is. Alright, so that didn't do much. Doesn't really matter. Taking some hits. Instant damage right there. Lumi healed a bit. Honestly, not bad. Raphael will get the EX ult here when we use Guy, so we're going to use the ult swap ability. Boom. We're going to get Nabe out of here. No, we're going to get the hero out of here. Sorry. The hero goes away. And then we'll try and get Leon's ult with these green orbs. And this is for 2 turns, right? Yeah, we'll do this now, because it'll last for 2 turns. Leon is not skill fused, so we are missing a little bit of extra stats on that debuff. It doesn't really matter, though. We're not going to do too much damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And that gets us the EX ult, Leon's ult, good. We'll be ready to go next turn. We don't have any major buffs, per se, but we do have the hero and Shizu in the back, so we're going to lower their resistances, and then we're going to lower the ult resistance as well. So we could end up still doing a decent amount of damage here, all things considered, with 2 AoEs. So we'll bring the hero in for Nabe, and we'll use her element resistance down skill, plus the orb damage, which will definitely help for our follow-up. And then we'll also bring in Shizu, being a space unit, and she'll do extra damage, and we'll use her ult resistance down. Plus, it'll help us rush more ult gauge, I guess. I mean, not really useful here because Raphael is capped out, but it is what it is. And then we'll use Leon's own 80% ult buff and instant damage. And then we'll be ready to go. Boom. Not that much, because Leon's not that strong. I'll go ahead and reset everything. Why don't we just seal them as well? So, okay, let's seal first, and then we'll use the reset from Shizu. Boom. There we go. And then we'll use Guy to make sure we get a full 6 hand of greens. That way we get the maximum buff out of the orb damage. We'll send Leon first, boom, and we want to make sure Lumi dies because she is the healer. So Leon, let's see how much damage he actually does here. There are quite a few debuffs on him, and he does have an 80% personal ult buff. Maybe he does okay stuff? Like, okay for an old AoE unit? 59k, okay, not as good as I was hoping for. Raphael is not a damaging unit, so I can't expect much out of this, even with its EX ult. He doesn't have any kind of self-buff going on. Holy Lightning. Transform? Boom. 51k. Alright, does Lumi actually die here? Oh, she guarded that one hit. That's unfortunate. Are we not gonna kill her here? Okay, we did. Alright, well, there we go. We took out the healer. That's important. Alright, and now we continue on. Oh, the Vengeance is hitting now, thankfully. So we can't use Guy anymore, so we're just gonna have to rely on the Vengeance, and we'll kill them through those means instead. So they will die next turn, regardless of what we do. So this is now a giveaway turn. But there's not a lot of teams you can use Nabe on that's going to make sense, because you try and put her with a bunch of blue-focused units, and you're changing away from blues. That's not really the smartest thing to do. Oh, they didn't die. Okay, well, do it again. Hey, Nabe, what are you doing? Let's get you in here. And you can change those oranges, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. And now Guy. So one more usage of Nabe to make it work, and we will either kill them here or kill them next turn with the Vengeance. But there we go. I'm not gonna. There's no other team I can really put her on that's gonna make sense, right? It's a bunch of blue units or a bunch of orange units, and Nabe does not want to be on those teams, so it doesn't make too much sense. So she is good when you surround her with Stern Spirit characters. It's just the amount of actual Stern Spirit characters you can put with her is limited. And until we get more of them, Nabe will not really see much use outside of the actual dedicated Overlord meta. So that is where her major fault is going to lie, is that she is another one of these free-to-play units that's really, really, really good on her own team, and really, really, really bad anywhere else. So, like, Aaron, Sufia, Geld, Water Rimuru, Traya, these are all very, very good free-to-play units. Where's Isis? Isis is still the god, but then you get, like, Tsubasa. She's a special convert, and she buffs, pretty sparkle characters, like, okay. Nabe, Stern of Spirit. Diablo's, both of his skills are linked to being on a New Year's team. You need Wielder of Magic to change to your oranges. So they're continuing this kind of cycle of super hyper limited free-to-play characters. But they're good on their own meta. But that's it for me, guys. Let me know what you think of this free-to-play Nabe. I mean, she is an Overlord character. I do like Nabe as a character from Overlord. I just wish this wasn't so limited, or if they gave her like 2 categories, it'd be a little better. I don't know though, because it'd be weird and wonky. If they just made it like a special convert or like a self-convert like what Trya has, then I think that would have given her a lot more value in the future, where it just converts her own orbs and then gives like, yeah, the extra alt gauge 10% to Stern of Spirit or somebody else. I think that would have been fine. But as it is right now, Nabe, in 20 days or so, you're never going to use her again. So that's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.